Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes with your host Bert Laporte, Damian Monte Carlo, and Angry Mike D. Alright, sit back and enjoy the ride as they talk about all things that rock and other useless knowledge you don't care about. And remember, every asshole has an opinion. This is theirs. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
Welcome to another episode of Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. Damian might pop in. We got 2 episodes today. We're going to do 1 and 1. So, Dame's going to probably pop in a little bit. And if he don't, we'll just wait for the second one. We're doing the Cardiacs, LSD. Mike D, give us a little info.
Well, this is the final Cardiacs album. From what I understand, there will be no more. This is the final works of Tim Smith, who passed away in, what was it, 2020? Wow, I didn't realize it was that long now. This album was started somewhere between 1999 and 2000, a little bit ago. And somewhere between that area, he had a bunch of tracks written for it. And I don't know if it was a computer or a fire or what, but he lost a bunch of the material. So instead of doing the songs over again, it kind of got pushed back. And then finally in 2007, he started it up again. Well, 2008, it stopped due to Tim having a stroke and a heart attack, which left him paralyzed, unable to speak and play guitar. Well, you think that's the end of the band right there. But his mind's still working. So in 2016, the band says, hey, let's start back on this album. And what they did was they got Tim and they basically had him pointing the lyrics out to alphabet letters on the wall.
What?
And doing notes and stuff almost the same way. Like a lot of the music was done already, but to keep him in it, that's how they did it, which is kind of crazy, man. That's some dedication right there.
Yeah. I mean, the guy was an artist, you know?
Right. And as we know, I just said Tim died on July 21st, 2020, which kind of pushed back things a little bit again. But the band figured, we're going to finish the album now. So this is the final works.
Yeah.
And from what I understand of what they did on a lot of tracks, I believe there's only 2 tracks with Tim on them, his vocals. I'm not sure how much of the music. I don't think much of the music is his either. But what they did was they had a bunch of members from the band on a lot of tracks, and they kind of formed like what they called a choral vocal, which they blended them all together to sound like Tim's unique voice. So
interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know how this is going to be, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, it's 17 tracks. One of them we won't be reviewing because it's an instrumental. It's Busty Bees, which the added instrumental was kind of weird. It was like 2 minutes of nothing before it even starts.
I wasn't a fan of that either. So
yeah, that was a little weird. So that one we're not counting. So there's going to be 16 tracks. And you know how we do it? We count it down from our least favorite to our favorite as a panel. And I do have Damien's scores here, so his scores do count. And we're going to start it off with coming in at number 16, Men in Bed. What do you got, Mike?
More of an intro track, a little awkward in spots. It has some really cool spots in it too. It was probably my least favorite on the album. I gave it a 6.25.
Men in Bed, I gave it a 5. This starts off the record. It starts out okay, but it would have been cool if it was just an intro. It was like for like a minute and a half. If they made it like a minute and a half long, right, and it was just an intro, it's over 3 minutes for like no reason.
That's a cardiac intro.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, a little long for me. I wasn't crazy about this one.
Yep. And Damien gave this one a 4. Coming in at number 15, By Numbers. What do you got, Mike?
By Numbers. This is an okay song. Actually reminded me of a Faith No More song, kind of like in the beginning with the chant and the I and the heavy music.
Yeah.
And then it went to the Cardiac's wackiness. Yeah, kind of dug this one.
What'd you give it?
I gave this one a 7.5.
All right. By Numbers, I gave it a 5.5. Yeah, I don't know. By this point, it got into the record. I'm about 6 songs in at this point or something like that, and I had a headache. I had to skip this. This is a skip. This is definitely a skip for me. Yeah. Damien, this was his least favorite, I think, on the record. Damien gave it a 3.5.
3.5. Wow.
3.5. Damien took no prisoners for this one. Coming in at number 14, A Roll from a Dirty Place. Mike D.
Almost kind of sounded in the beginning like one of those old, like, kind of military chant songs. Um, this one took me a little bit. I do like the chorus. The chorus is crazy in this one. It really sounds like a cardiac song. I kind of dug it, but not like it's not a great song for me. I gave it a 7.
Okay. A Roll from a Dirty Place. I gave it a 5.5. It's got a cool opening. Then right back to what sounds like 8 tracks of vocal nonsense, which you did tell me they blended all the voices, so maybe that's what it is. There's some cool parts towards the end of the tune, if you can make it to that point before tapping out, pretty much.
This
But
one sounds like a lot of old stuff they used like throughout their career. There's a lot of old parts of theirs in there mixed in.
yeah.
So like if you know the cardiac, you'll hear it.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, listen, the people to get it. I totally understand. Uh, Damien gave A Roll from a Dirty Place 4.25. Coming in at 13, The May. What do you got there, Mike?
This is the first actually after we'll call the Men in Bed intro, but this one kind of just blasts you right in the face at the beginning. I was like, what the fuck on this one? Um, this at first I didn't like this one. I kind of went past it, but the more I listened to the album, like, actually it's kind of cool. I gave it a 7.25. And this is one of the 2 songs Tim actually sung in. I don't
Okay.
know. Is this about cows? I don't even know.
I don't know anything.
He's
I
like
gave
he
yeah
has a lot of songs about cows and farm animals and dogs and so
yeah man. I gave The May a 5. It just got too much jabberjawing going on for me. It sounds like it sounds like AI's reading with no punctuation. The song to me, it's just like one, which they do a lot. It's just like one ongoing on ramble. It's another skip track for me. Damien gave The May a 5. Coming in at number 12, Spelled All Wrong. What do you got, Mike?
out of all the ones which I deem songs in this album, this is probably my least favorite. Um and then I find out Tim actually sung on this song. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this song. I didn't hate it. I gave it a 6.5, but for me, I could skip this one and not really care. I'm sorry. I know Tim did this one, but
Well, what's funny? This was a higher one for me.
it
I
was kind
gave
of
I
boring
gave this
for
a
me in a
higher
way.
I gave it a higher score than you did. I gave it a 6.25.
No, I
This
gave it a 6.5.
you gave it up. Yeah, you gave it a little higher to me. Uh this is one of the better tunes for me. They still have their sound in there, but it sounds bit more straightforward, I would think, on this one. Spelled All Wrong. Damien also gave it a 5. No, I'm sorry. Damien gave it a 5.1. Dame gave it a 5.1. Going on to number 11, Skating. What do you got, Mike?
Skating. So this was kind of inspired by Mr. Bungle's California album somehow. I like the song. I think there's a lot of cool things in it, and I really wanted to like it more. Which it's a wacky song. It was just a little too long. I gave it a 7.
Okay. I gave Skating a 6.2. Uh, it starts out pretty good, and then it goes into like an 8-bit game console territory. It just gets it sounds like Zelda or something. There's some decent melody in the vocals. The choir sounding parts are cool. There's a lot of cool parts in the
There's a
stuff,
lot of
but
cool. It's just
yeah,
could have been a little more compact.
yeah. It just got a lot of stuff in there for no reason also, but that's their thing. Not bad, but it could have been better, I thought, if had a little editing for my taste, at least. You know? Yeah, the skating. Damien gave it a 4.75. Going on to 10. Made All Up. What do you got, Mike?
So this song was actually, I don't even remember the year. I'm going to say about 2008. This came out originally, 2007, 2008. And it was an EP along with, it was on a Ditzy Scene, I believe it was called. This and the song Jen, which all 3 of them are featured on here. And strangely enough, from what I understand, they don't have Tim's vocals on them.
So they
Which
redid. So did they redo
so
this?
they
Totally.
redid them.
Okay.
And I've heard the other ones like many a times. I thought they were really good tracks. I didn't like the production on them, especially, well, we'll get into it after, especially Ditsy Scene. But the production level on these really are pumped up, and it sounds great on this. I feel bad it's not Tim's vocals though.
Yep. Made all up.
Did I say
Yeah.
I gave it an 8?
No, you didn't. Okay, so you gave it an
Okay.
8. Made all up. I gave it a 5.25. By this time in the record, I'm saying to myself, one more song to go.
You got to break them down in half when you do
Yeah.
these doubles.
Yeah, man. So it's okay for what it is. It's not bad. It's okay. 5.25. Damien gave it a 4.95. Coming at number 9, Jen. What do you got, Mike?
Jen, okay, so I already explained in the previous song about that one. This one fits right into there with that. I gave this one an 8 also.
Jen, I gave a 5.5. It's pretty weird. The stop and goes are okay in the song. The little surf part in the middle is probably the coolest part of the song for me. I thought that
Which
was
I
kind of
don't
neat.
even know if I remember that in the original one. I got to go listen to that again. It was
Yeah,
it's
I
an
never heard the
obscure track.
original.
It's a cool track though. I like it.
Damien gave it a 5.2.
That's a high score for him.
For this record, it is. Coming at number 8, Down Up. What do you got, Mike?
Down Up. This was, I believe, the second single released on this album. It took me a couple listens to get used to this one. A little more poppier, a little more upbeat than most of their stuff, but I kind of like this one. I gave it an 8.25.
Okay. Down Up, I gave a 6.25. Again, starts off kind of cool, and then the vocals kick in. And but once it really gets into the verse, the melody's kind of cool. One of the better tunes. I think it's definitely a better song on the record. I gave it a 6.25. Not bad. Not bad. For me, not really digging this band, that's a pretty good score, I think. Damien gave it a 4. Dame really didn't like this record. He really didn't like this record. I don't know if I'm saying this next one right. Coming to number 7, Volob.
That's how I would say it.
Okay, Volob's coming at number 7. What do you got,
I
Mike?
can give you a little bit of the background from what I understood. I think he got a bunch of letters from his girlfriend and kind of chopped them up and wrote them into lyrics somehow. So, weird song. This was a third release off this album. At first, I really didn't know what to make of it, but I don't know when that chorus kind of hits, it just gets real kind of buttery and like earworm. That just stuck with me, man. This one's pretty good. I gave this one an 8.25.
As Damien walks in, as Mike says, this one's pretty good. What's up, Damo?
Yikes.
Good to
Damien,
join
what's
us.
up?
Talk
I'm
about the
glad you like this
Cardiacs?
album so far.
Yeah. Cardiacs, yep. Yep. He's got a Starbender's hat on. How about that? That's a rare find, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a gift.
Yeah. Gifted you. Who gifted you?
Yeah.
Gifted.
The band, they dropped some stuff off at work.
That's
They-
fucking
they-
awesome.
they shipped it to
Nice.
me.
Makes
Yeah,
Damien
exactly.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah. Well, we are on number 7 right now, Dame. If you want to hop in after
All
me.
right. Sure.
So,
can't wait.
yeah, Volab. I gave this one a 5.75. This one's not too bad. The horns are kind of interesting. Damo, what do you got for Volab?
Man, I don't know. This whole album, I know you love it, Mike. This whole album is just a complete mess. And 17 songs to boot. So you automatically you lose like right off the bat, 17 songs, you lose 5 points right there.
This
So-
is the same.
There's a reason for it,
Wait,
though.
yeah,
There's a
but yeah,
reason.
but this is the same guy that argues about the Chili Peppers putting out too many songs. You do have a tendency of
but-
saying there's a long albums.
But there's
Ba-ba-ba.
Chili Peppers do it every album. They do 5 albums.
They do.
5
They
of their like last 6 albums have been like doubles. Okay,
they sell.
that's why I
They
get
sell
them.
a lot of records.
They do. Unfortunately, the people like listening to the same song over and over again. They like listening to a formula, you know.
Songs about California.
just the way they're done and everything. But
Yeah.
this one's a double. This is the last album Tim's ever going to. Tim didn't even put it out. Tim's dead at this point. But
Mm.
this is the last album the Cardiacs are ever going to put out. This is all the material they had left.
So there's no more Cardiacs albums. that
There's
we can
no,
review?
as from what I understand, there's no more Cardiacs albums we're going to review for now.
Thank
I don't
God.
believe it. I think it's going to be like
For
Kiss.
now.
There's going to be a new
No,
record. There's going to
they're-
be a new
they're-
record.
There may be like a treasury
Thank
box or something
God.
put out, who knows, whatever. But
Treasury box.
the treasure box, like of old shit and stuff, like mixed in. But as of right now, this is the last we're getting the new stuff.
So
Well,
Dave,
this song I gave a
yeah.
4.9.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go to Mike first on the next one. Coming in at number 6, the blue and the buff. What do you got, Mike?
The blue and the buff. I gave that one an 8. Sort of guitar jangle poppy. Very straightforward on this one. Actually reminds me of something from his solo album.
He's got
So
solo albums too?
he's got one that's just Tim Smith,
Okay, gotcha.
but everything else, he's got other stuff too. That
Now,
like different bands
does
and
it
stuff.
sound similar to this, or is it a completely different animal?
I mean, you could tell it's him. It's a little more on the poppier side.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give that a
I think
gander.
we listened to it before,
I don't remember. I'm gonna have to try
but
it again.
yeah, it's. I don't. That's one I'd like to get, but I don't even think it's out.
All right. Damien, the blue and the buff.
The blue and the buff, I gave a 4.5. I'm not going to comment on the songs because each one, honestly, they sound the same, and it sounds like a psychedelic mind trip.
It's the
Fever
Damien. The
dream.
album's called LSD.
Yeah, it's like a fever dream, man. It's like but some things I just liked slightly more, and so that's how I graded my scores. So
All right.
yeah, so 4.5.
I'm going to have to like require you to take some like psychedelics before like listening to this.
Yeah. Then I probably it'll be 10s across the board.
Yeah, man. The blue and the buff. I gave it a 6.5, which is it's probably the highest score for me. It starts off with a good melody. This one has some listening potential for me. It goes into this happy hop musical part that's kind of okay. I do like the piano. The piano makes it one of the better tunes. So, I mean, I just don't like when they get into that dun, 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 where it sounds like, they're marching on a Benny Hill show. That's just fucking weird to me. Or it sounds like it's an 8-bit fucking video game.
That's their thing, man.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff it does. Are they from England?
Yes.
They're British,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, because it totally reminds me of something like something from like an early 80s kind of like comedy show or something.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, remember that movie Time Bandits?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Love
it
that
used to be on
movie.
HBO all the time, and I haven't seen it since because that movie reminded me of like a fever dream.
Yeah.
It was so
I
friggin'
love
weird.
that movie.
And this music could probably go with that movie, but I should probably watch that movie again. And
I
see
like
if
that term,
feel the
fever
same
dream,
about it.
though.
Fever Dream.
Yeah.
Is that name taken? I'm sure it is.
I like that.
Okay, so yeah. I guess we're down to number 5, Lovely Eyes. What do you got, Mike?
One of the more straightforward tracks on the album, as far as lyrically at least. Yeah, this is a cool track. I gave this one a 7.75.
Damiano, what'd you give this one?
Lonely Eyes, or Lovely Eyes, I gave a 5.5.
All right,
which
lovely.
Might be my
Yeah.
highest score, I think.
I was going to say it's in the like territory.
It's one of your.
Yeah.
It's right over the okay
highest,
territory. Yeah. Lovely Eyes. I gave it a 6. It's an okay song. It sounds kind of sort of like one of the better. It's definitely one of the better tunes for me. It kind of got worse on the second listen. Like, I'll listen to it more than once. Some albums get better. This one actually scored lower the second time I listened to it, which is kind of odd. But yeah, I gave it a 6. It might have been a 6.5 before. Coming at number 4, Ditzy Scene, Mike D.
Yeah, this was another one that this was actually from the Ditzy Scene EP, probably like I said around 2008 it came out. When I originally heard it back, probably a little bit after it came out, wasn't really too crazy about this one. It was just, it didn't sound like a Cardiac song. I didn't like the production on it, but that could have been just because I couldn't find one with good production. I don't know. It was like a downloaded copy off of YouTube or something like that. So it was kind of at that point, it was really hard to find their stuff. But on this, it's like everything's in the open on this. Everything sounds like it's out. The production sounds great. It sounds like a real song. I think this is a really good song. I gave this one an 8.
Okay. Damiano.
I gave this one a 5.3.
All right. Ditzy Scene, I gave it a 6. It's got a cool opening with drums and flutes and horns and whatever instrument they could get their hands on. It's thrown in there mixed to a cardiacs, whatever you want to call it.
A lot of chanting going on, a lot of
cocktail, a cardiacs cocktail. It kicks in pretty cool around the 2-minute mark. You gotta wait for the 2-minute mark. It kicks in good, and then the style of voice. I'm thinking, oh man, I almost like this one. The fucking voice, just yeah, the voice kills it for me. All right, coming at number 3. This is one of the singles they put out. Wooden Eye. What do you got there, Mike?
For Wooden Eye. I like this one a lot. I gave this one an 8.5.
God
Probably,
damn.
yeah, probably one of the more straightforward songs on this album. Very poppy, a little bit on the pop punky side. This is one Tim actually wrote. You could find some stuff back, I don't know, maybe early 2000s of him in some radio interviews actually doing some chords from this song. So that's pretty cool to actually hear this one being done.
All right, Dane.
Wooden Eye, I gave a 5.5.
There you go. Another high one for Dane.
Okay.
Wooden Eye, I gave it a 6. Starts off with a good punky riff. Then they love that ramble vocal that goes on for one long sentence. It's like one long sentence. There's stuff in there, but to me, it sounds just like clutter at times. It just sounds
They
like,
like doing short words long and long words short.
yeah, too much going on. All right, coming at number 2, Pet Pheasant. What do you got, Mike?
Pet Pheasant.
Okay, normally something like this, I probably would have gave maybe like 7, but it's so damn good. Just the harmonies and everything. It's
I like when
the
Mike's passionate, by the
perfect-
way.
It's
Oh,
just
he
a
loves
perfect
this.
ending to this album, and it just sounds so right for some reason, even though it goes on and on. I'll just say that.
Damiano.
I gave this one middle of the road, but middle of the road for a normal song is for cardiacs is really, really high for me. And I gave it a 5.
Dame gave it a 5. Pet Pheasant, highest score, maybe the highest cardiac score I ever gave. I gave it a 7.
Wow.
This one's a bit entertaining. There's a lot of really cool stuff in it, and it's a good album closer. I think this was the perfect song to close the album. Yeah, Pet Pheasant, 7. Say that real fast. Coming in at number 1, Breed. What do you got, Mike?
Yeah, this one I liked a lot, man. This sounds like a cardiac song. It's got just a chorus that gets in your head. It's got earworms and everything in this one. I gave this one an 8.5.
Dame?
This one was the highest score for me. I gave it a 6.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, we're over the 5. Look at that.
Yeah, Breed. I gave Breed a 6 also. It's got a cool beginning with vocals. I mean, a lot of these songs I think are better than the previous record that we actually reviewed. This song's pretty decent. Too many vocal dronings or drownings or whatever the fuck in the tunes though. I mean, it's okay, but it's well, we'll get into our final thought, and that's when I'll explain what I'm thinking. All right, so here goes our scores. Damien gave it a 4.84. Mike D gave it a 7.68. I gave it a 5.87, which gives us a total for the Cardiacs record at 6.13. Let's go to the final thoughts. Dame.
It's in line with everything else that they've done. It's wacky. Like I said, it sounds like a fever dream. It's not my thing. It's not awful. It's not bad. It's just not. It's not for me. That's why the scores are so low.
It's funny. We got one comment on the last Cardiacs we did, and the guy was pretty cool when he commented on it. It was actually not a bad comment, and he was like, he's explaining that it took him a while to understand it, and then when he understood it, he went, "Oh, I get it." And he wrote, he's like, Damien might get it eventually. It's just one of those things that eventually you go, "Oh, I get it," and then he went, "Probably not." But yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, so Mike D, final thought.
Final thoughts. I didn't think I was going to like it that much. And the first listen, I actually kind of thought I wasted $100 on 2 vinyls of this, 2 different versions of it.
God
So
damn.
I'm like,
Hardcore.
yeah. But then when I
Crazy
actually
quick.
listened to it on the vinyl, it actually opened up. It actually sounds a lot better on vinyl, especially if you're not a Cardiacs fan. Man, like I understand something like this can be a little overwhelming. So sticking headphones in probably isn't the best way to first experience a Cardiacs album. Yeah, it could be, as Damien says, it can give you that fever dream. You put it on vinyl, put it on the background, it might be a total different story. And this album on vinyl, it turned it around for me. So I
Okay.
like this one a lot. I'm actually kind of embarrassed to even say it, but I mean, how, if it was Tim Smith, I probably would have. It probably would have been a little better if he did everything on it. And at the same time, it's like it's a standalone album. It's really good on its own, I believe, as far as sounding like the Cardiacs. I think they did a great job.
Okay. My final thought. Fuck, this record's long. That was
Yeah.
like everything this band does. It stays true to its wacky tongue-in-cheek, the weird, the wild. Unfortunately, it's not for me. You know, they can't keep my interest. It just sounds like the same ideas over and over. Uh, you know, for people to enjoy it, that's cool.
Wait. Can I, when you say it sounds like the same ideas over and over again,
Yeah.
well, take bands like AC/DC who have the same ideas over and over again.
Yeah, but there's different
Slayer.
there's different melodies. This is the
It's
same.
it's
This
almost,
is
if you're saying that about the Cardiacs, you got to give bands like AC/DC that same.
Yeah, but they keep your interest with hook and
The
melody.
vocal melodies are kind of similar, and then there's like that high falsetto that you'll hear throughout a lot of these songs that drives
A
me
lot of it
nuts.
is got that from a songwriting point of view. It's interesting,
Mm.
but it's got a lot of the same. Ba, 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 ba. I mean, listen, System does stuff like that, but System changes it up a lot, and System has different sounding vocals and different. This is pretty much you get the chanting group
Well,
vocal thing, or you get the weird
I
Benny
kind
Hill
of
thing.
disagree because I think, I mean, yeah, you could say the Benny Hill thing on a few of them, but every Cardiacs album is different. There's not one that really is the same. They all have their own sound
It's
to
to
them.
me, it's it's
But
that they do that vocal trick the whole time. Every time I hear them, they do
well,
that vocal trick.
that's his thing.
That's their thing,
That's
which is
right.
fine.
But
To me, it
no,
sounds like the same thing.
each one of their albums sound completely different. This one almost sounds similar to Guns, the previous one before this, due to probably being around the same time frame that they were started and maybe some of the same musicians on them.
Yeah, see, now,
But
like I said, we reviewed one a couple weeks ago. It fits right with it. Like it's got the same.
Yeah,
It's this. I mean, Dame thinks the same way too. It's just it's just our
it's right in
taste.
line. I mean, if I was a Cardiacs fan, uh, I'd be happy. I'd think it's like the greatest thing.
It
Yeah,
sounds
it
like their
sounds
sound.
like them. It
absolutely.
sounds like
The one thing I will say about the record from hearing their old stuff, of course, because it was done years ago, and listening to it now, the production on the record is really good.
It does have a punch to it, yes.
The production, it's way easier to listen to. Well, like anything, you hear demos from 60s and 70s, and you hear stuff today. It's just so much bigger
Mhm.
and brighter and more depth. And yeah, it's just the production is really good. It was easier to listen to. I don't think it was a bad record. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? It's just not my thing. But I think the guy's creative. I think there's a lot of cool creative parts in there. I'm just, to me, it comes with melody, and you don't have to be the greatest singer, but it comes with melody and hook for me. And there's not much melody and hook for me, and it's just artistic the whole way. It's all artsy, if that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, hey, if you like the Cardiacs, you will love this record. Mike D is a fan. Mike D loves the record. So yeah, this is what you're into. If you're a fan of the Cardiacs, you're looking for the new one, get it, because you won't be disappointed. It's what they do. Mike D, want to add anything?
No, well, I'm good. That's on the head.
Mixtapes and tasty cakes. We'll talk to you soon.